Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Scotiabank Center in downtown Halifax for Halifax Hurricanes basketball. The St. John Riptide come in for the third time this season. I'm Vince Williams, and my broadcast partner, Matt Elliott, will join me momentarily. The Riptide come in tonight's game nipping at the heels of the first place Canes with a 13-9 record. However, they enter this one without the services of their perennial all-star and MVP type candidate in Gabe Freeman, who was placed on the inactive list. The Canes, on the other hand, are all available after a tough road trip that saw them get the split. They look to get back to their winning ways tonight.
Yeah, you got to think they're going to be motivated tonight, Vince. Lost the last one to the St. John Riptide. As you said, they're nipping at their heels right now. One game behind them in this conference. So Halifax hoping with a good, healthy squad to come out and get a victory against a somewhat depleted St. John Riptide.
Beautiful crowd on hand on a beautiful
Excellent
Saturday night in downtown Halifax. The pictures brought to you by the Silver Vision crew. Should be a good one between these two combatants. The starting lineups for the Riptide. Number 4, at point guard, Horace Wormley. Number 23, the shooting guard, Jeremiah Morty. At small forward, number 32, Merrick Isom. At power forward, and he can shoot it from beyond the arc, Malcolm Miller, number 33. And playing in the middle tonight, 6'8", the big man, Joel Dondo. And for the Hurricanes, as usual, number 1, the power forward, Tyrone Watson. Number 12, the point guard, the captain, Cliff Clinkscales. At the shooting guard position, number 14, Antoine Mason. At the power forward, the other power forward, that is, C.J. Washington, number 20. And rounding out the lineup, the big man in the middle, number 23, Billy White.
Should be a good one tonight.
Tap control by the Riptide. Warmly closely guarded by Clinkscales, looking for a screen. Dribble handoff, the Morty. Shot clock under 10. Riptide's got to hurry. Miller thought about it, hesitation. He's got to put it up for 3, and that's deflected. Good defensive play there by Clinkscales.
Great defensive set all around to force that bad shot. Easy play for Clinkscales on the shorter Horace Wormley.
These two teams last met at Harbor Station, and the Riptide got it done. CJ gets that shot deflected. Miller now back the other way. Closely guarded by Watson. Miller fade away, and he drains it.
I imagine they're going to be leaning on Miller a little bit tonight. He's their second high scorer, aside from Gabe Freeman, who, as you mentioned, is not in tonight.
Freeman not available, placed on the inactive list. So it's going to be a team effort tonight for the Riptide if they get things done. Clinkscales in tight. Shot was forced. Loose balls picked up by Wormley.
It was a bit of an odd sequence.
Isom races to the rim, and he's fouled by White. And Isom will shoot 2.
Billy not giving him anything easy early off in the game.
Billy's first, team's first.
You see the replay. Well, maybe not.
Stare down
That's
anyway.
Billy. There you go.
Isom knocks down the first. Merrick averaging 12 points on the season. He's an 85% free throw shooter, and he strokes both of them down. So a 4-0 lead here for the Riptide. It's early, 10:30 to go in the first quarter. Watson off the screen, right hand, off the window and in. So nice take to the rim by Watson with the right hand, and he usually gets it done inside that painted area. But Wormley, the beautiful crossover and finish with the right hand back the other way. Horace Wormley is a handful when it comes to defending him one-on-one.
Yes, he is. He's a very quick player.
4-point lead for the Riptide. White thought about it, Clinkscales, he'll stroke it, he'll put it up for three, and he drains it.
Boom.
Good look and great ball rotation by the Hurricanes on that last set as Clinkscales was able to knock down the three.
Yep, doesn't shoot it a lot, but when he gets the open shot, he will take it, and he hits it there.
1 point lead for the Riptide. Miller, he'll put it up for three, and he rattles it home.
Right over Billy White. That was a nice looking shot.
Miller is a devastating three-point shooter when he gets it going.
Great footwork underneath by Billy there.
Billy answers with the left hand, though. And it's a 2-point game for the Riptide. Isom, one-on-one, he puts it up, and he knocks it down. Isom's got four. It's a good-looking stroke
yes, sir.
for Isom. So right now, the Riptide are responding without their all-star and MVP-type candidate.
Yeah, they're cruising so far.
Mason, he'll put up the jumper. Too strong, and that's rebound by Isom.
It's a nice box out underneath by St. John.
Dribble handoff to Morty. Back to Morty off the screen by Dondo. Kicked out to Warmley. He thought about it. Nice hesitation and finish at the rim. Dribble to the left side and finish it with the right hand. Horace Warmley has no fear when he takes it inside the paint.
No, and he's a great finisher. And when you give up the size that he does, he's not a tall player. You've got to learn those angles, how to slip that ball underneath, and he's real good at doing it, as you saw there.
Warmley's got four.
Great pass.
Oh, that was outstanding. Jeez. Mason frees the defense with the quick dribble. And Billy White doesn't miss many standing on the doorstep there.
No, he doesn't. And Antoine knew it because he was heading back down court before he even shot it.
Warmley now. Back to Warmley. Shot clock under 10. He's dribbling. He turns it over. Nice strip there by White.
Great hands.
And a foul by Miller. Great foul, though. Miller giving up his first personal as the Hurricanes had numbers coming back the other way.
Yep. Probably a smart foul. You see over on the sideline there, Coach Leslie.
You can see Warmley.
Look at the take. Oh, yeah. See, and on that play, I was looking over the sideline. Coach Leslie was looking for the travel. Didn't get called. Didn't make a difference because the Canes have it anyway. However, you want to make sure the refs know that you're paying attention.
8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 4-point lead for the Riptide. White strokes the jumper. It's too strong.
Great rebound by C.J.
Second chance coming up.
Asked for it.
And one. Count it. CJ gets it to go off the window.
Boy, I tell you what, he's feeling it. He grabbed that rebound, kicked it out to Klink, and then asked for it right back. He's feeling pretty good right now.
As you mentioned, he came up with the rebound. Let's
check it out. Gets it in. Nice step. Gets the body. Yeah. Defender leaning over him. Great call. Great finish.
And that was over two defenders.
Yes, sir.
Washington looking to complete the three-point play. The officials tonight, Alonzo Wright, Brian States, and the crew chief, Paul Hansen.
Brian States been reffing basketball for a long time in Halifax.
Washington unable to complete the three-point play. Miller, though, to Dondo, and he knocks it down.
15-11 St. John with the lead right now.
Dondo had a pretty strong game last time they were visiting. Left hand's no good. Kicked around. Picked up, though, by Mason. He had a strong game. I think you do believe you had a double-double, Dondo did, off the bench. Clinkscales for three. Bang! And he knocks it down. Klink is 2 for 2 from downtown. He's got 6.
Seeing a lot more offense out of Klink this season than we're used to seeing. Certainly more than last season, which is great.
Was definitely off to a slow start, Clinkscales. His average up to 7 now. That three ball's no good. And a collision between Miller and Clinkscales.
Klink looks like he got the worst of it. He's not coming back down.
Yeah, and it was a head collision, head-to-head collision there. Looked like Miller has no ill effects. He's looking at his head, maybe trying to see if he draw blood, but Clinkscales with the left hand. Contact, no call. Nice with the rebound, and Billy's called for the reach.
I don't know if Klink was trying to bait the defense or what, but he was slow to get down, but right quick to get to the basket with a nice little move. We just wasn't able to finish.
Brian Addison will check in for the first time for the Riptide, along with Taquan Zimmerman for the Hurricanes. You can see that three ball
finish
by Clinkscales. 1 point lead for the Riptide. Morty. So Isom. Back door to Warmley.
What a great cut.
That was outstanding there.
Must have caught
Warmly.
Mason sleeping.
Jeez, beautiful cut without the basketball by Warmly, and he finishes. Mason looking to try to get it in. Back to Zimmerman. He fires for three. Looked like he was off balance there.
Yeah, it did. He's normally pretty good at the catch and shoot, but you're right, he was off balance with that one.
Miller at the pull-up from downtown. That's short. Taquan back the other way for the Canes.
He's going to push.
Dwight, spin move. In traffic's no good. Rebound by Miller. And Warmly will come back the other way for the Riptide. You can see Horace Warmly just looking to attack the rim every time he gets the possession of the basketball. Warmly draws a double team. Addison, jumper, and he misses everything. So a good closeout.
That's what you want to do as a good point guard. You want to draw that double team, or you want to suck those defenders in by penetrating into the paint, even if you don't put the ball up. Usually leave someone open to kick out to, which is what they were looking for there. However, that shot was well off.
High-paced game here, a timeout on the floor. Riptide by 3, 17-14. Midway through the first quarter here, 5:23 to be exact that's left. And both of these teams getting what they want offensively.
I'd say so.
And the defense, not much defense to talk about right now, man.
Yeah, well, like you said, 17-14, high-paced game, high scoring so far. Going to be a lot more to go in this first quarter. We've got how much time? Still got 5:23, so yeah, defense not where either team wants it to be, and I have to think that right now that's what they're talking about on the chalkboards or the marker boards there. I can't think of the word, but
yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean.
You got it right. Horace Warmly leading the way with 6 for the Riptide, along with Malcolm Miller. He's got 5. For the Hurricanes, Billy White leads the way with 4. And a few other games on tap around the National Basketball League of Canada. We'll take a quick peek to see what's going on. And the Out-of-Town scoreboard brought to you by Lindsay Construction.
All right, Vince, Cape Breton Highlanders are in Moncton playing the Magic right now in the first quarter. It's 19-18. The Magic have a 1-point lead. The other game going on tonight, which will be starting in roughly half an hour's time, the Niagara River Lions visiting the Windsor Express. And, of course, the game we're watching right now, Halifax Hurricanes hosting the St. John Riptide. Riptide have a 17-14 lead.
And the Out-of-Town scoreboard brought to you by Lindsay Construction. So great crowd on hand, over 3,000 to be exact and counting. And basketball fever, Hurricane basketball fever has definitely taken its stride here in Halifax.
It sure has. Every game, I think this is probably the most I've seen this season, but it's steadily been getting bigger. I remember we said it last game, fans are really starting to get behind the team, and that's great, especially going into the playoffs. You want to have those big crowds.
Vince Williams, Matt Elliott here, and the Silver Vision crew. Thank you wherever you may be tuning into this one. Number 1 against number 2 in the Atlantic Division. Hurricanes coming into this game with a record of 14-19, and the Riptide 13-19. 14-9 and 13-9. That is. I got ahead of myself. What a nice play. Ain't at the buzzer
Nice
with the
finish.
right hand floater by Watson. So the Canes with the lead here, 1-point lead, and I do believe that's their first lead of the night.
I think you are right.
Isom trying to respond.
Great defense. Got Ronaldo Dixon and Ramel Brown in now.
Checking in for the first time. Warmly, right hands, no good.
Man, that was fast.
Good rim protection by Ramel Brown, and
Nice
Mason finishes with the right hand, and that's what Mason needs to do.
Yep.
In transition, no disrespect to Jeremiah Morty, but the bigger man Mason in transition, I'd say 9 times out of 10, he's going to win that battle at the rim.
Yep. And that's what he's been really good at this year, is attacking the rim, being aggressive. It's when he's had his best games. He's either scoring or he's drawing a foul.
Hurricanes lead by 3.
Tough
Not sure
D.
if that's the right score. Watson with the rebound.
Stop and
Zimmerman
pop.
drains it from downtown, and Taquan gets on track, knocking down the triple. And the Riptide seen enough as head coach Nelson Taroba says, listen, we need to stop this pace
Yeah.
and break up this momentum and talk things over here. 4-point lead for the Hurricanes, 21-17.
Yeah, Halifax won a little bit of a scoring tear there, so good call by the coach. You want to stop that as soon as you can, avoid the team getting momentum, especially behind a big crowd like this here tonight. Halifax starting to feel it, and now you're looking at the kiss cam, folks. Charm Diamond Centers.
That's new. That's a new. Well, they usually have a kiss cam, but it's usually not brought to you by Charm. But being close to Valentine's Day,
That's
next
right, yeah,
Wednesday
yeah.
on the 14th, the kiss cam breaking out here at Scotiabank Center. And fans, just a reminder: after this game, the Hurricanes will go out on the road for a lengthy road trip before returning back here at Scotiabank. They will take on the Moncton Magic on the 16th, and then head to Cape Breton on the 18th and play them on the 23rd as well. Then head back to the Moncton Coliseum on the 25th and round out the schedule here on the 27th versus the KW Titans.
Yeah, big break. That's a big away swing. Looking at 17 days really before they get back here in Halifax.
Lots going on here at Scotiabank Center as they split residency between them and the Halifax Mooseheads of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League.
Then you got other things like the AUS tournaments coming in.
It's coming up the 1st, 2nd, and 4th of March to be exact, and then the following week, the U Sports National Championship, the Final 8. So out of the timeout, it's Riptide possession. Miller, nice bounce pass, and Miller with a nice move off the screen on the backside, and that's exactly what you need coming out of that timeout, an offensive response.
Yeah, and then a good, he showed a good finish there against the contested shot from Dixon, who's very long. He was just a second behind.
Mason, his shot is short at the rim, and that's picked up by Addison. Wormley now, he crosses the timeline. Wormley thought about taking it to the rim. Back to Addison, and he throws it up, but he draws the contact, and that's on Ronaldo. Ronaldo's first, team's third. Brian Addison will go to the line.
Kicks it to Addison, makes the move. Just a bit of body from Dixon to get the call.
Addison too hard on the first.
University of Buffalo.
55% free throw shooter on the season is Addison, averaging 6 points, and he misses both. Empty trip for Addison and the Riptide, and they remain 2 down. Mason,
nice
though, right hand, and he finishes.
When he's
Mason's
active,
got 4.
He's hard to stop.
4-point lead for the Canes. 2:40 remaining in the first quarter.
Canes doing a good job of spreading the ball around. Everyone's getting some today.
Isom inside to Addison. Watson trying to push him away from the rim. That's a tough shot by Addison, in and out.
Good D.
Racing back the other way. Brown. Dixon now looking for somebody to give it to.
For the reset.
Zimmerman off the screen, back to Dixon. He'll put it up for 3. Good look, and he hits it. So good sequence on the pick and roll there for the Canes as Dixon was able to knock down that good look from beyond the arc. Addison, pump fake twice and able to finish with the right hand. 5-point lead now. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter,
Another for Dixon.
Too strong, and that's picked up by Wormley. Long stretch pass to Isom.
Great job of Dixon by getting down there with
And
them.
Isom finishes with the left hand through the contact. Great catch in transition.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Not a wise foul, though, by Ronaldo.
No, he had done a good job of getting down there with him, and he had position. I don't think he needed to foul in that circumstance. Let's take a peek at it. See, he does a good job. Look, he gets between him and the basket, and then he just reaches. And the finish.
Outstanding play with the left hand there by Marique.
Definitely.
Isom will look to complete the three-point play. Multiple substitutions by both sides. Darren Mency checks in for the Riptide. Aaron Redpath also is checked in, and Dondo checks back, along with C.J. Washington for the Hurricanes. Brown, reversal,
Nice
it's good.
It's a big boy.
Ramel Brown able to draw space there on the baseline. It was a good bounce. The catch and the bounce, able to open up that opportunity with the reverse.
Yeah, himself a little bit of space underneath.
Mency, he'll put it up for three, too strong. Brown with the rebound. Mason, right hand teardrop, no good. CJ, second chance, that's no good. Had a good look though.
Yes, he did.
Redpath to Morty. He runs into a brick wall. Brown there with the great defense. Good rim protection since Brown checked in.
Yep.
Providing that he can block the shot. Washington for three, just short of the rim. And Morty will hold it up here, trailing by 4. Isom, pull up, and that's short. Hurricanes will hold for last shot. Canes up 4, looking to increase this lead at the end of the first quarter. Clinkscales. And the lob to Brown, but he's fouled by Mency. That's Mency's first, team's third. 2.6 seconds left in the first quarter. Clinkscales will inbound.
Nowhere to go. There we are.
Brown, he loses the handle. Mason beats the clock and it's good. It definitely counts as Antoine with the crazy finish, and they count it as a conference between.
Coach Soroba's all the way up.
Oh yes, he is heated right now.
Let's see the replay. Let's see if we can see it here. He loses control. Mason gets it, flips it. Yep.
Oh,
I say he got that
barely.
off. I say he got that off.
Barely does Mason.
I don't think he expected to get it.
Great court awareness, high basketball IQ play there by Antoine Mason. Just beating the game clock. And the officials counted after a quick conference. As the crew chief, Paul Hansen, decides to count, and you mentioned it. Nelson Taroba, the head coach of the Riptide, he was not happy at all.
He was all the way on the court. But if you watch the replay, he doesn't have much of an argument.
And Mason hits his 6th point of the evening. He's tied with Clinkscales with 6. They lead the way for the Hurricanes. Marique Isom's got 7 to lead the way for the Riptide. So it's 30-24 after 12 minutes. Hurricanes 4-7 from downtown at a 57% clip. And the Riptide 1 of 5 from downtown, but that may change because they like to put up the 3 ball with Malcolm Miller and Marique Isom.
And with 3 quarters left, team start out cold could end up hot, and vice versa. But right now, that is probably the difference in this one. If you look at the rest of the team stats, they're relatively similar. Really, the 3-point game, though, Halifax 4-7 is what's keeping them ahead in this one. Doing a good job of spreading out that score, and as you said, we got 2 guys in 6 with Mason and Clinkscales, another couple of them with 4 points, Tyrone Watson and Billy White, and another couple with 3 points, Zimmerman and Dixon. So Halifax is really moving the ball around. They're spreading it. It doesn't look like they're running the offense through anyone particular, but rather looking for that open shot, looking for the good look.
So after 12 minutes, the Hurricanes with a 6-point lead. Vince Williams, Matt Elliott, and the Silver Vision crew here at Scotiabank Center for the Halifax Hurricanes basketball. Number 1 versus number 2 in the Atlantic Division. We got a good matchup going here after the first 12 minutes and a good crowd on hand. 3,000 plus on a Saturday night. What else can you ask for in the National Basketball League of Canada?
Right, it's a great night for a game of basketball. You see a lot of teams, as you mentioned earlier, looking up into the crowd, a lot of A lot of youth basketball teams in the crowd tonight. It's always good to see as well.
Hurricanes will start with control in the second quarter here. Clint Scales checking back. So it's Clint Scales, Zimmerman, Brown, Washington, and Mike Poole checks in for the first time for the Hurricanes. Clint Scales with the freeze, left hand's no good. Rebound by Mency.
Got that freeze down to a science, doesn't he?
Mency, right hand, absolutely. Can't finish at the rim, but he did draw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Riptide respond to start this second quarter with Dondo, Addison, Redpath, and Morty. And Mency at the line will shoot two, and that fouls on Zimmerman. That's his first, team's first. Mency knocks down the first.
He's got a little bit of experience in the league, played with London as well as St. John. He also played a bit in the G League.
Darren is a 70% free throw shooter on the season, and he knocks down both. Mency started the season on the injured reserve list, and he's come on as of late. Very productive, last season, in his first season in the National Basketball League of Canada. And that's a nice play there off the pick and roll as Ramel Brown found some space. Your guy is off to a good start here in this one.
Yeah, one of my favorite players to watch, Ramel Brown. Love to see him get good minutes.
Morty kicks it out to Redpath for three. That's short. Rebound by Poole. He can't save it on the baseline.
Stepped out of bounds.
And possession will remain with the Riptide. Redpath with a fresh shot clock will inbound. Morty off the screen, wide open. Good closeout there by Zimmerman, though. Morty pull up. That's a tough shot, and he misses it short. Washington now on Dondo. Left hand's no good. Rebound by Brown as Addison couldn't come up with it. Clint Scales for three. That's no good. And a rebound by Redpath. As you mentioned early in that first quarter, Clint Scales looking for his offense a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Great distributor is Clint Scales.
Oh, yes, he's always been a great distributor. It's what he's known for. But he's added a bit of scoring to the mix this season. He's had some games where he's really exploded. Like you said, he started off slow. His average is about the same as what it normally is. But he started off slowly, and he's had some games, a couple games, 14, 15, 16 points, which he didn't see a whole lot of last year. And that's brought him back up.
Addison makes the first. Had an empty trip in his first visit to the free throw line. 55% on the year. And he makes both. So Addison corrects his stroke from the previous trip. And it's a 4-point lead for the Hurricanes. Zimmerman thought about it. Kicks it out to Poole, but he throws it away.
Geez, I don't know. Poole seemed like he didn't want to reach for it. Looked like he could have got it. I don't know if we're going to see a replay, but probably not. But almost looked like a bit of confusion or miscommunication on that one.
So a turnover for the Hurricanes, and believe it or not, that's their first. It comes with 10 minutes in the second quarter. Not too bad.
Not bad at all.
Addison tries another tough jumper, and Dondo's called for the foul, the hold.
So get tied up with CJ.
It's Joel's second, team's first, as Marique Isom tried to check into the game.
Wow. Now that you mentioned it, Vince, I hadn't even noticed it. Each team only has one turnover apiece. Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, taking care of the basketball.
Well,
and
of course,
just
now,
as you mentioned
as I say it.
Ripped away, 3-on-1, but a good defensive play there by C.J. Washington, knocking it away from Dondo.
Yeah, great hands by C.J., not giving him anything easy, not taking a foul.
Joel will go to the bench, and Marique Isom will check in. Redpath will inbound, 20 seconds on the shot clock, 9:33 left in the second quarter. Addison gets free.
Someone was sleeping.
And he finishes with the right hand. 2-point lead now for the Hurricanes. Clint Scales, left hand
Jeez.
finish. Good
Snuck his
drive
way in there,
by
didn't
Clint
he?
Scales.
He's like he snuck into the paint.
Trying to draw some space there between him and Redpath. Watson will check back for the Canes, and Miller for the Riptide. .9:14 left in the second quarter. 4-point lead for the Hurricanes. Seems like there's some confusion. Oh, it's a delay of game warning called on the Hurricanes. So the next one will be some free throws coming up. Mency, dribble handoff to Morty. Looking for the screen.
Oof, nice defense there by Zimmerman.
Morty.
Bodied him the whole way.
Addison. Tricky dribble between the legs. Tough shot with the floater. Gets a second chance though. And that rattles off the backboard and in. So Brian Addison, in the absence of Gabe Freeman, looking a little bit more for his offense here.
Yeah, and so he should, because they're going to need the scoring to come from somewhere. That was a nice little, that was a nice offensive set for him. Nice shot.
Zimmerman knocks down the two. Looked like he stepped on the line, had three-point range.
One of those long twos.
And it's back up the 4-point lead. Taquan's got 5.
Oh,
Addison, baseline, knocked away. Good defensive play there by Poole.
Great job by Poole.
Morty puts it up for 3. That's short. Rebound by Poole. As you mentioned, outstanding defensive play on the baseline. Excellent. By Mike.
Great job, Halifax, to come away with that ball and come back and score. Essentially, it was a 5-on-4 because CJ crashed. He was nowhere to be found on defense, understandably. A good job of Poole to step up and make a really nice block.
And Zimmerman knocks down the 3, and that's 2 for Taquan. And a timeout on the floor called by the Riptide. 6-point lead for the Hurricanes. So the Canes on a little bit of mini run here, but head coach Nelson Taroba, he doesn't like to see too many runs before he calls a timeout to try to make some adjustments.
Yeah, he pulls that trigger quick, and so far it's paid off for him because they haven't run away with it. And if you remember, after the last one, they were able to come down the score off their first offensive set. So he pulls the trigger quickly, and I think he's got the right idea. We try to avoid getting a T-shirt in the face here.
So another opportunity, 2 other games going on around the National Basketball League of Canada, and the Out-of-Town Scoreboard brought to you by Q104, the home of rock and roll.
All right, Moncton Magic hosting the Cape Breton Highlanders. In the second quarter, they've got a 41-39 lead. A little over 7 minutes left to go in that one. The Niagara River Lions are visiting the Windsor Express. That game still has yet to start. Will be starting pretty soon as they are on the Eastern time zone there. And of course, our own game here with 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The Halifax Hurricanes hold a 7-point lead, 39-32.
And the Out-of-Town Scoreboard brought to you by Q104, the home of rock and roll. So a good one going here at Scotiabank Center. Vince Williams, Matt Elliott on the call, and the Silver Vision crew at Scotiabank Center. Riptide called a timeout, try to make some adjustments here, and let's see if they pan out. Riptide counter with Miller, Addison, Morty, Warmley will check back and ice them for the Canes. They'll go with Clint Scales, Poole, Zimmerman, Washington, and Watson. Great crowd on hand, and we're probably going to see multiple shots all night long as we're about 3,000 plus. We haven't got the official attendance, but it's a great crowd here at Scotiabank Center for this one.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a good one when I went to drop some tickets off there at the will call. It was packed out there at the box office.
Miller gets bottled up on the double team.
Great D.
And once again, Mike Poole with an outstanding defensive play as he was able to strip that one off the body of Miller, as Miller thought he was fouled. Got to get back on D though. Poole off the windows, too strong. Washington with the follow-up.
Oh my goodness.
Poole again, third chance coming up. Reset of the shot clock. Poole pulls up for 3,
nice.
Bang, and Poole knocks down the triple.
Take that.
Mike Poole going to work, not only getting it done on the defensive end, but knocking it down on the offensive side. as he was unable to hit that jumper off the window, resets and knocks down the tough three from downtown, Matt.
Yeah, that's right, because he kept going at it the whole play, that whole offensive set. You see CJ missed it underneath. Poole was there to grab the rebound and get back out. Poole, as we've discussed before, probably one of the team's better on-ball defenders. Also a guy that can shoot. You can see it here. You see the replay.
Foul.
Takes it right to the rim. Oh, yeah.
And that's called
a good
on
call.
Zimmerman. That's a tough one on Zimmerman, though, looking at that replay. Looked like he was just kind of riding him to the rim. Not much contact there, but Morty gets the opportunity to shoot two. He makes one of two.
Brian Rouse checking in now. Zimmerman will take a seat.
Rouse in for the first time for the Canes. The Canes with their largest lead of 10, back at 9 now. Excuse me, actually, Morty hit both, so it's back to 8. Rebound by Miller, Warmly now. Addison, right hand,
Why
spin
not?
move, and he's finishing.
I think that's a smart ISO. That's a pretty big mismatch. Poole, as good as he is on the ball, Addison's just too big.
And this is the league where those type of mismatches don't go unnoticed.
No, sir.
Poole, hesitation, right hand,
Oh,
in and out.
Bad luck.
Morty with the rebound, he crosses the timeline. Behind the back pass to Isom. Isom with the pull-up, and he drains it.
That was a quick release. Watson wasn't able to get a hand up in time.
Isom has 9. 6-point lead. Rouse. Watson with the jumper. That's short. Rebound by Isom. A collision between Washington and Warmly, though.
Yeah, both men go down.
Addison.
Isom, and whew, he's feeling it now.
And Addison forces the timeout call
Yep.
by
That's
Mike
12 for him.
Leslie, and they want to talk things over as Addison's starting to heat up there offensively.
This is. He's got 12. He leads him in scoring now. 5 of 10 from the field. 2 of 4 from the free throw line.
Off to a
4
slow
boards.
start. It was some tough shots he was putting up
Yeah.
in that first quarter, but he seemed to find his range.
Yeah, he's been playing well. I imagine, that we're going to see a little bit more of him. They're probably going to go back to that well a few times, and I can't say I blame them, especially if they're able to get those ISOs and those mismatches like they had earlier.
2-point lead for the Hurricanes. Timeout on the floor. Adjustments being made by both sides. Back and forth in this game, Matt. And anytime a team goes on any type of run,
Yep.
both of these coaches want to talk it over and trying to eliminate any further damage.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how quick Coach Taroba is to call the timeout when a team goes on a run. Coach Leslie, obviously no different. It's not too often that you see a team go on a large run without him putting a stop to it and drawing up something new. So let's see how they come out here this time out. Oh yeah, look at all the kids dancing there.
Oh yeah, it's dance time. Anytime the music's on, it's dance time. They're number 1 on the Jumbotron. And it seems like every kid in the building is standing up looking to get on the Jumbotron with their dance moves. Haven't seen our favorite dance moves as of yet, and I'm even not sure what it's called. So back to the action here. Out of the timeout, Clint Scales with control for the Canes. Poole now, off the screen.
Ooh,
Watson loses the
handle
handle. Rouse will put up the jumper, hits the rim. Washington with the rebound. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
He's had trouble underneath the basket today as Washington. He's doing a good job crashing, grabbing the boards, but he hasn't been able to finish with a couple of those, some of them wide open. That one obviously contested, and he earned it with that foul, but he's having a bit of difficulty underneath.
CJ is an outstanding finisher from that distance,
Yeah,
and there's
usually
not a
is.
lot of rim protection in the way of a shot blocking threat
That's right.
for the Riptide. Pretty much got a bunch of power forwards, not really a true. Now, Dondo's more of a true center because of his size.
Big man, yeah.
But if you look at their lineup, Joel's 6'8". Then you got Merrick Isom. He's listed at 6'10", and I'm not sure if that's a 6'10".
It's a generous 6'10".
Yeah, it's a generous 6'10". And Brian Addison at 6'9", and it looks like Addison may be taller than Isom. Isom got a little bit more hair than Addison as Dondo checks in for Addison.
Tell you what, if Isom's 6'10", I'm 6'2", and you're 6 feet.
Okay. As Billy will check back for the Hurricanes, along with Ramal Brown. 3-point lead, 5:16 in the second quarter to go. Vince Williams, Matt Elliott, and the Silver Vision crew here at Scotiabank Center. Wormley, hesitation. That right hand's no good. Good rim protection there by Billy.
Nice defense and not get a foul on that.
Canes back the other way, had numbers. And Clint Scales decides to slow it up and get into the half-court set. Poole, pull up for three. That's a tough shot.
Yes,
He
sir.
bangs it down, though. That's the same three that Mike Poole was able to make a couple possessions ago.
Yeah.
Those are tough shots with a man closing out with a hand up. Poole's got 6.
Oh, look at the touch.
Oh,
look at the touch
geez,
by
beautiful
Wormley.
floater with the
Wow.
right hand.
I knew it was going in as soon as it left his
By
hand.
Wormley. Sheesh, a clinic when it comes to him and Clint Scales. They know how to get it done. Clint with the left, Wormley with the right.
Yeah. If you're a guard, you got to be able to get that floater in the paint, in amongst the trees.
It's a weapon for both of those point guards.
Oh, my goodness.
Poole looked like he was fouled, and he was very animated and he looking for it. Wormley back the other way, and he's fouled on Clint Scales. Mason will check back for the Canes.
Poole not happy.
Still the conversation continuing with the officials is Mike Poole.
Coach Leslie taking over from there.
Dialogue is always strong between the players and the coaches
Yeah.
and the officials throughout a National Basketball League of Canada game.
But mostly respectful.
Absolutely, no matter what building they're in. This is, the sheer competition. Tough shot there by Wormley from downtown. Wanted the three.
He wanted the foul. Nice
And
finish.
Poole, right hand, and he's fouled, and he'll get the three-point play opportunity.
Coach Taroba back out on the court. He might get himself teed up. He's not careful.
He's wrangled in there by Brian States.
And you see the replay here. Nice move underneath by Clinkscales. And I tell you what, Vince, I'll tell you from experience, Brian States not afraid to give you the tech. When young Matt Elliott played basketball, he booted me out of a game.
Wow, you're going back, man. You got some reminiscing.
Back when I played for the ABA Celtics.
Oh my goodness.
That's how far back we're going.
Yeah, that is quite a distance. Poole completes the three-point play. 6-point lead for the Hurricanes as Merrick Isom picks up his first, team's third. Isom puts up the three, it's too strong.
49-42, Halifax with the lead right now.
Clint Scales, hesitation
Oh,
in
my.
tight. Brown, left hand, can't finish though, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Great no-look pass by Clinkscales there. It was pretty. Brown would like to get the finish. Let's see if we can see the replay here. Look at that.
No
Clinkscales.
look pass by Clink. Brown just can't get the touch around the rim. You usually see Ramal finishing with either the right hand or the two-hander.
Two-hander, yeah. Let's see what we do. Look at that. Not known for his free throw shooting ability. Hits the first.
Yeah, Brown on the season shooting 47% from the charity stripe. So any type of productivity you can get from him from that spot, you're doing well. He goes 1 for 2. Not bad. We'll take it.
Take it indeed.
8-point lead for the Hurricanes. Morty runs into the double team. He's bottled up. Dribble handoff back to Morty. Shot clock under 10. Jumper, no good. And head coach Taroba looking for that foul. And he's continuing to work the officiating crew, and he gets teed up.
There,
You knew it was coming.
going to happen eventually.
He chased him from
he's from the half-court
the half-court line to the baseline. Head coach Nelson Taroba not happy about what has transpired in the last few minutes.
And I don't know if that was the play to get the tech on, to be quite honest with you. It wasn't that drastic of a foul if you think it was one.
Now, two things can happen after a technical foul. You can either draw your team in and motivate them, or it could spark the other team to go on a significant run that might bury you.
That's right.
Now, but it's early in this game, though. We're only in the second quarter. We got 3 minutes left, but it could be the turning point either for a positive or a negative. Clint Scales off the screen. Poole now. Morty stepping out, close out on Poole.
By the way, Poole's now the Canes' leading scorer with 10 points out of nowhere.
Yeah, Mike Poole's been very productive since checking into this one. He started with his defensive paralysis, knocking a few balls away on the baseline and a block shot, and then he just transferred over that to his offensive game. Foot race for the loose ball, and there would look like there might have been some contact as both men spilled to the floor. As Marique Isom was able to come up with it.
But it was a back over, unfortunately.
As Poole was looking for that easy deuce in transition, almost beat Isom to the ball.
Good hustle by both men.
So 2:35 left in the second quarter. 9-point lead for the Hurricanes.
Billy's been quiet tonight, only 4 shots. Mike Poole is feeling it.
Poole drains it from the other side of the court from downtown. He's got 13.
I think that's 3 for 3 from him from beyond.
And they've been all tough shots with a hand up.
Yep.
Couple of them on a pull-up from downtown. That's tough to do. Right hand finish for Addison and one, and he'll go to the line for an attempt to complete the three-point play.
Nice take by Addison. Saw the clear lane and attacked. Was able to draw the foul as well. He's got 14, looking to make it 15. 54-44, Halifax has the lead.
Clint Scales with his second, and that rattles in and out. Can't complete the three-point play as Addison. 10-point lead for the Canes. White, he'll try his hand from downtown, and that's short. And that's Billy's 5th shot, as you mentioned. Billy off to a slow start offensively, averaging 18 points on the season. An offensive foul. No, actually a loose ball and a turnover by the Riptide. Canes don't wait. Poole pull up, short, rebound by Wormley, and Wormley is fouled by Poole. Good foul. There's Wormley, looked like he was off to the races, looking to push the ball in transition.
And if Wormley's off to the races, good luck catching him.
Yeah. It's tough to track down Wormley. He is quick. He's definitely one of the quicker players in this league. We've seen a few quick players come through here at Scotiabank Center on the season.
Yep.
And he is definitely on the list when it comes to a guy that can get to the rim. Timeout on the floor now. Coach Mike Leslie wants to talk it over. As you can see, the next upcoming home game, February the 27th, where the KW Titans will come in. Other than that, they go on a 4-game road set where they'll take on the Moncton Magic and the Cape Breton Highlanders.
2 apiece, yep.
2 other games going on around the National Basketball League of Canada tonight. And we'll take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bounty Print.
All right, the Moncton Magic have really picked up their game. They've got a 67-48 lead at half in Moncton against the Cape Breton Highlanders. Sizable lead. That was a close game a little while ago. At the Niagara River Lions and Windsor Express just getting started right now. No score yet in that one. And of course, our own game here, Halifax Hurricanes in Halifax lead the St. John Riptide 54-44.
And the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bounty Print. Vince Williams, Matt Elliott, and the Silver Vision crew here at the Scotiabank Center.
Best crew in the business.
for this tilt between 1 and 2 in the Atlantic Division. Canes come in tonight's matchup 14-9, and the Riptide nipping at the heels of the Canes at 13-9. Riptide won the last visit at Harbor Station between these two combatants, looking to sweep the home-and-home series, the mini home-and-home series. Morty, tough jumper, no good. That rebound is picked up by Clint Scales. Kane with a 10-point lead. Just over a minute remaining in the second quarter. White to Mason. Inside the White, draws a double team to
Nice
Brown.
pass.
And you knew the two-handed
There was that
thunder was
two-hander
coming
we were
out.
hoping for, yeah. Great pass underneath by Billy. Unselfish basketball.
You could see that coming. Once he drew the double team,
That's right.
looked backside. And there's one guy that can catch and finish at the rim with authority, and that's number 9, Ramel Brown.
You're right about that.
12-point lead now. Isom, left
Nice
hand.
D by Mike Poole. I think Mike Poole got a piece of that and knocked it off.
Clint Scales pulls up for 3 and count it.
It's 3 for 4 for him so far this game.
Clink with some devastating shooting from beyond the arc tonight. And they push the lead up to 15. It's the largest on the evening.
That's 11 points for Klink.
And
5
Warmly
assists.
will hold it. That's a good productivity for Clint Scales. You
Great.
mentioned it several times. Looking to be aggressive on the offensive end in the last few ball games is Clint Scales. Looking for more for his offense. Better known for
But it's good.
his
It's
facilitator, as
yeah.
he's over 1,000 assists on the season. His Clint Scales, excuse me, on his career in the
gonna
National
say, that's quite a
Basketball League of
season.
Canada. I got a little bit ahead of myself, but nevertheless, a great accomplishment for Clint Scales.
Yeah, and when a guy like Klink Scales, who traditionally has been known as a facilitator, when he starts scoring and having games like this, now as a coach of another team, you have to account for that, right? Now here's another guy that's going to score, so I can't leave Klink Scales with that open shot like I normally would and give space.
Yeah, he is
He'll make it
definitely
pay.
a triple threat
Yeah.
on the court. He can either get to the rim with his own, create his own shot with the freeze, or he can find the open man with either a lob pass or a zip pass in traffic.
Yep.
Either way, when it comes to passing the basketball, he's pretty good at getting it done, passing it, because he's, when it comes to assist and turnover ratio, he is amongst the league leaders in that particular category. Now you add that other element of knocking down that jumper from beyond the arc, that's just devastating for any type of defense, either it's man-to-man or in zone.
That's
so
right.
Little confusion here, and there's the dance. They're breaking it out here. Not even sure what that is.
I
Matt.
don't know.
We
It's
got to
all
find out exactly what that is, but that seems to be the dance of this league and internationally, because it's happening.
It's everywhere.
You see it everywhere. You
Yeah.
either see it in the, especially in the association.
Yeah. We're showing our age by not knowing.
Mason.
Oh.
The shot at the buzzer, can't get it to go, but the damage has been done as the Canes close out this quarter on a very high positive note, going into the halftime break up 15.
Yeah, and in my opinion, and in the opinion of the numbers, the difference in this game has been the ability to shoot three-pointers. Right now, 1 of 8 for the Riptide. They're 12.5%. Canes 9 of 14, 64% from beyond the arc. That's huge.
They are red hot indeed. So fans, we're going to step aside, but stay with us. The Hurricanes lead 59-44. You're watching Halifax Hurricanes basketball on the Halifax Hurricanes YouTube channel. Welcome fans back to Scotia Bank Center. Vince Williams, Matt Elliott, and the Silver Vision crew for Halifax Hurricanes basketball. The Hurricanes lead after 24 minutes, 59-44, and it was a very strong second quarter, Matt, and they just got it done in the latter stages of that second quarter where they just pulled away from the Riptide.
Yeah, like you said, that second quarter was huge for them. 29 points for the Canes to St. John's 20. Really made the difference in this one. As I mentioned before we signed off, the three-point shooting for Halifax has really carried them to this big lead that they've got. But St. John's is a good team, depleted as they may be. This game's not over.
Taking a quick look at the numbers, as you mentioned, the Hurricanes 9 of 14 from downtown at 64% clip. That might change, but you never know. The Riptide 1 of 8, and that's at 12.5% to be exact. So they are struggling to get it done from beyond the arc. A team that shoots it very good from that distance.
Definitely.
Riptide will have control to start this third quarter. It's Wormley, Morty, Isom, Dondo, and Miller. And Wormley finishes with the right hand at the rim, picking up where he kind of left off, and that's 10 for Wormley now.
Yeah, good job of him by getting to the basket and putting up that floater.
Clint Scales jumper, no good.
CJ again, rebounded.
And for the Hurricanes, they will counter with their original starting lineup. White, Clint Scales, Watson, and Washington. He hits the jumper. CJ can hit that for a big man. He's got a pretty nice stroke with that mid-range game, and every now and then he will surprise you to knock down the three ball as well.
Yep, averages 16 a game, so we can score inside and out.
As Mason runs into Isom, he'll be called for the foul.
I dare say he did. It was a big collision. Isom got the worst of it, but he's all right.
And Merrick's a big fella. Listed 6'10". He's got long extremities, long arms, and long legs. Miller, shot is no good, too strong, but he wanted the foul.
Yep.
Not happy at all as he stares down the crew chief, Paul Hansen, all the way down the court.
It's not going to help you.
The death stare. Washington, shot is blocked by Dondo. They got numbers back the other way. And a good foul in transition by Tyrone Watson, taking away that opportunity in the transition.
Well, yeah, St. John had numbers going down, so it was a pretty easy 2 points for them if you don't get the foul. So smart call by Watson. Intelligent basketball player.
And Nelson Taroba, the head coach of the Riptide, was looking for a clear path foul or an unsportsmanlike foul where they would get 2 shots plus possession. None coming though. It's Watson's first, team's second. Wormley, pull up. Tough shot deflected there by White. Good close-up by Billy. Oh, well, Billy. It might have been last touch on the baseline by the Riptide, but it looked like Billy got a piece of that shot. Yeah. He's not arguing. He went back the other way like he never touched it.
Exactly.
But a great defensive play on that close-up by White, as he had to come a long way from underneath the basket to close out on Wormley. Billy now trying to go to work on offense. He gets it knocked away by Isom. Morty, transition, left hand,
nice
and
finish.
It's good. Pretty strong move in transition there by Jeremiah. Jeremiah's got 4 now. Mason for 3, it's too strong. Wormley comes up with the rebound. He's looking to push it. Wormley gets inside, thought about it. He had Washington protecting the rim.
Just too much length, probably.
Isom reverses it to Miller. Miller, the Dondo. They got to hurry.
3 on the clock.
Wormley shot, trying to beat the shot clock, and that's outstanding defense right there.
Great D.
Good switches and help and recovery all on display on that last defensive sequence.
Yep.
For the Hurricanes.
Yeah, forcing to kick it out, way out to Wormley there. Now with his speed, I think that he still probably had a couple seconds to drive in and maybe get a better shot than he took. However, He jacked it, and it didn't come anywhere near the rim.
And Washington's fouled on the other end.
See the replay here. Yeah, he gets hacked from behind. Looks like Dondo called on that one.
Yeah, good take there. It's actually on Isom.
Isom, okay. Got him beforehand.
His second, team's first.
Nice
CJ
throw.
knocks down the first. CJ's a good free throw shooter on the season.
It's going to be, what, 70, 80?
81% to be exact.
There you go.
And that's pretty good for the 6'7" power forward from Alabama at Birmingham. But he misses the
Great
second.
D.
Oh, outstanding defensive play.
Wow.
Kane's got numbers, though, back the other way. Washington makes no mistake, though.
Jeez, he looked like a football player there, breaking up a pass.
And it ends up being a three-point trip for
CJ
Washington.
Playing free safety out there.
Great defensive play there by CJ. As he was able to knock that one, deflected into the open arms of a teammate. Dondo, backdoor, can't finish, too strong.
It was a nice give and go. We just couldn't finish.
Clean scales,
Oh
no look
my.
at Billy, and finish. Great sequence, and that'll force a timeout by head coach Taroba. He
Saw
wants to
that
talk
coming.
it over.
See if
Canes
we
with the largest lead, Matt.
Yeah, 66-48, starting to run away with it. I don't know if we're going to see a replay. No, we're going to see a commercial, but man, oh man, that was a nice path by Clinkscales underneath. Halifax coming at them hard.
Beautiful play by Clinkscales to Billy White. We usually see the variety of a backdoor lob with Billy finishing with a flush.
Yeah.
But that might be coming. That might be a prelude to something that may be coming. But lots of basketball left here.
Ton of basketball, yeah.
Regardless, lots of basketball here left in this game. And the National Basketball League of Canada, they're, you know, we've seen some outstanding comebacks by the opposition as well as the home team here.
Yes,
we have witnessed.
Yeah.
8:42 left. Hurricanes with their largest lead of 18, 66-48. Canes, after this one, will go out on the road for a lengthy road trip before heading back home. Their first visit will be in Moncton, where they, on the 16th, they'll take on the Magic. Then they'll head to Cape Breton for two, one on the 18th and one on the 23rd. And then they head back here on the 27th against the KW Titans before taking on Moncton on the 25th. So a four-game road trip where they'll see the Magic and the Highlanders twice before coming back here taking on a Central Division foe in the KW Titans.
And that, I was going to say, that's an important road swing for them, being the conference, 4 straight games against conference teams, looking to pad that lead, assuming they finish this game still in the lead in the conference. They'll be looking to obviously improve upon that and to potentially get themselves a little bit more breathing room.
Absolutely. That will be a very tough road trip for the Hurricanes. Looking to stay atop of the Atlantic Division. The two-time defending Atlantic Division champions and champions in 2015-16 of the National Basketball League of Canada.
That's right. Finalists last year. Fans last couple years have been treated to some great basketball. What a finish.
Oh my goodness, he called it, but Billy's hurt. He's limping a little bit off his left ankle, but he gets back on defense.
It's kind of scary. You see Billy limping.
Yeah.
But man, how frustrating is that to come out of a timeout? Let's see the replay here. Clink kicks it up to Tyrone Watson. What a great lob. And you know Billy's going to finish it.
That was beautiful. Beautiful play at the rim, and you don't usually see Tyrone Watson distributing the lob.
It's usually Clink to Billy.
Isom in and out.
Great
rebound
boards
by Mason. He just grabs that away from Morty.
I love his game. The physical basketball player.
Isom almost comes up with the steal on that, off of that cross-court pass from Clinkscales, trying to hook up with White. So 20-point lead, the largest of the evening for the Hurricanes, as Dondo will go to the bench, as Addison will check in. 7:54 left. Lots of basketball left for the Riptide to try to answer.
No lead is safe in the Atlantic Division.
No lead is safe in any division, either Atlantic or Central.
True enough.
It's just one of those leagues where teams can go on a run, and leads such as this will evaporate in a moment's notice.
That's right. Which is what makes it so interesting to watch.
And fun to watch, whether you're cheering for the team coming back or cheering for the team that has the lead. And White is fouled underneath the rim, and it looks like it's either on Isom, and it will go on Isom.
And with all that being said, thank you to those of you watching out there on YouTube today. Special thanks to Jen O letting us know that that dance we were talking about before the half is called the floss.
Yeah, the floss.
I feel a little bit cooler now that I know.
The kids were getting flossy. So White hits the first of two. Now we know when it comes up, and we're waiting for it, because there will be an opportunity for those young fans to get back on the Jumbotron, either within a timeout or in between quarters. But there's a special moment where we'll see the Mike Leslie dance cam.
The dance cam, waiting for that one.
Coach Leslie's
still
dance
waiting for the
cam.
flex cam too.
Oh yes, oh yes, that is definitely coming. Flex cam and the dance cam. Two of the great things that we look forward to every time we do a broadcast here.
Fan friendly.
Absolutely. Vince Williams, Matt Elliott, and the Silver Vision crew giving you all the great pictures and sound.
Way off.
Isom, shot is short. Off the backboard, Hurricanes looking to push. Clinkscales, thought about it, freeze, no look pass with the right hand. Billy can't catch it though. Good idea though by Clinkscales.
Yeah, he had that.
Gave up that three ball, and he's been good from downtown, 3 of 4 on the night is Clinkscales.
Yep.
He's been pretty accurate knocking down that shot.
But he doesn't force it.
No.
He never forces his threes, right? So he'll look for that pass first.
I mentioned it. It's either a lob or a zip.
Yeah.
And that was a zip.
That sure was.
With the opposite hand, not his strong hand, the right hand. Morty, pull up,
Nice
though.
finish
That's a
from Morty.
nice floater on the baseline from Jeremiah. Might need a little bit more from Jeremiah with the absence of their best player, Gabe Freeman.
Yep.
Not available tonight on the inactive list is Freeman. As the aforementioned Morty's call for the foul on the baseline away from the ball. That's Jeremiah's first, team's third. As Mason will inbound, and we got an offensive foul away from the ball before the inbound.
Looks like it's on Tyrone Watson. I wasn't looking at it. I don't know if we'll see a replay, but
A little bit physical away from the balls is Watson. He will deliver some devastating screens.
yeah,
Watson is not a small fella. 6'6" and over 200 pounds. Looks more like a linebacker than a power forward.
Yeah, he's built like a shorter Karl Malone, really.
And a turnover here. Addison and Wormley not on the same page. Finish that thought up for Watson. He's got some sweet hands around the rim and some beautiful feet.
Yeah, great athlete for a big man. He's got good footwork underneath, as you said, and he's also got great vision. He's a good passer, doesn't get a lot of credit for it, but he sees the whole court.
Redpath checks in for the Riptide. Washington tried the fadeaway, shot clock under 10. Mason puts it up for 3. It's no good. Rebound by Addison. Wormley now back the other way for the Riptide. Clinkscales did a good job of getting in front of Wormley and not allowing him to get to the rim. Addison gets it poked away. Morty, though, gets it back. Jeremiah, right hand, looking for the contact, was able to get the defender off with the left. Probably would have been an offensive foul. Oh, what a play.
What did I say?
Unbelievable. I couldn't describe it quick enough. It was so fast. Behind the back pass in transition, unselfish basketball on full display in this third quarter. What have we not seen?
See the replay. Clink to Watson. Look at that. Kicks. Like I said, he sees the whole court.
Just dynamic is Watson.
And I got to believe he would have hit the layup had he went up.
Wow, what can you say? This third quarter, the Hurricanes broke out the highlight reel.
Yes, they have.
Making it easy for the NBLC recap.
And
That's
you know
for
what?
sure.
This is the time to do. You got 3,000 fans in the crowd. Show them what you got.
Oh, man, my goodness. Morty's shot is no good with the left hand. Clinkscales again. Oh, what a fake. Throws the defense and ice him. Watson, though, didn't have any space underneath the rim.
And it's going to be an easy one for Morty.
Morty with the left hand, and he has no problem converting. Easy deuce for Morty on the night. 71-52 now. Kane still with a large lead. Just over 5 remaining in the third quarter. Watson, Mason, window,
Nice
good. Window, that window is a friend to Antoine Mason. He likes to use it either inside the paint. Well, he's no stranger. He'll be no stranger pulling up either in the mid-range as well. Red Pat tried to use it back the other way, but with different results.
We got now CJ.
CJ gets it knocked away by Isom on the baseline. Waiting to check in is Brown and Poole, as Washington will go to the bench along with Watson.
Good minutes
for the
by
Hurricanes.
Watson. Good minutes by both, really.
Yeah, we're getting lots of quality minutes by everybody that's checked in for the Hurricanes, along with the starters. Mason, tough shot, but Billy's there to clean it up.
Mike Poole, the team's leading scorer, coming off the bench right now, so let's see if he can get a few more points this half.
75-52, 23-point lead. I do believe it's their largest.
I think you are right. Halifax having their way right now.
Miller, he'll put it up for 3. That's short. Rebound by Brown. Clinkscales, no hurry now. Back to Clinkscales, looking for the screen. Uses it. Gets another screen by Brown, but it's moving, and he's called for the foul. Ramel's first. Team 6th. As Darren Mency will check in for the Riptide, and Isom will go to the bench. Miller, right hand, drew the contact on White, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Goes to the ground. This is the first time I think all game we've seen bonus, Vince.
Yes, Hurricanes are over the limit. So the rest of the way in this third, St. John will shoot free throws. 3:45 left. Riptide looking for a response here to close out the third. Miller knocks down the first. Taquan Zimmerman checks in for the Hurricanes. And waiting at the table is Ronaldo Dixon.
Billy's looking to come out. Won't be able to come out yet.
Miller knocks down the second.
Now Ronaldo will switch out Billy.
Billy will come out. He's got some interesting Nikes on tonight, Billy does.
I think those are new. I'm used to seeing the pink ones.
Yeah. Cartoon characters or two. So does Mike Poole, who's got some pretty funky shoes on as well.
Yeah.
Few funky kicks going on right now on the court on both sides. Mason, he goes strong with the right hand. He draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2. That's just a tough defensive assignment for Jeremiah Morty, trying to stay in front of Antoine Mason. It's a tough assignment for anybody in this league, but
he's so strong.
Yes, he just uses so much physicality, and he can do it. He can get it done in several ways.
Yep.
Mid-range, from beyond the arc, off the dribble.
A lot of the times you'll see
pull up, floater.
When he's taking it in and he's expecting a foul or he knows it's going to be contested, he tucks it like a football, like a running back going through the line. He'll tuck it in.
So strong, multifaceted scorer. He's a professional scorer, Antoine Mason is, and he makes both. The son of the late Anthony Mason, superstar of the National Basketball Association. It's on a terrific run with the 1994 New York Knicks that made that final.
It was quite a team.
If you're a basketball fan, you don't know who Anthony Mason was or is.
Oh, my.
I have a problem. I have a problem with it because you should know who he is. Zimmerman knocks down the three.
And if you don't look him up, go on Google.
It's worth the look. Definitely worth the search on Google, Yahoo, whatever search engine you like to use. You'll definitely find out the life and times of Anthony Mason, and a projection at the rim.
He went down hard, holding his
elbow. Collision though. Ronaldo looked like he got the foul with the body, but Ramel Brown, it's called on Ramel. Let's take a look.
See the look, he drives. Yeah, Ramel looks like he got him elbow to elbow almost, it looked like. That never tickles.
Along with the block shot too.
Yeah.
So a 16-point lead temporarily here, as Miller trying to shake out the effects of that contact out of his right elbow. Let's see if he can knock down both here.
Only Brown's second foul, team's fourth.
And he can't hit the first.
Excuse me, team's seventh.
Miller, a good free throw shooter on the season, 82% to be exact. Can't make both, so that contact might have been affected his shot there. Feeling some effects from that contact, hitting the floor.
Tough D by the Riptide.
Oh, and a turnover by Reefer, who's checked in for the first time for the Hurricanes. Not too many turnovers by both of these teams in this one.
No, it's been a relatively clean game in that sense.
They've taken care of the basketball, getting quality opportunities.
Every time we say it, someone turns it over.
The score, and we just seem to keep putting them on the jinx on them. Reefer for three, rattles in and out. Rebound by Morty. Redpath to Miller for three, through the contact from Ronaldo,
Elbow's
and he
better.
knocks it down.
Not feeling the effects anymore.
No, he got it straight with that jumper. Poole.
Oh, nice take. Wow.
Mike Poole, man, he's got it going offensively.
Yes, he is.
Just taking his time. It's not in a hurry, not rushing his game.
Yeah.
It's just been a pleasure to see Mike Poole go to work offensively tonight.
Yep. It's been a quiet year for him offensively, but you and I both know he can score.
His back-to-back threes in that second quarter were the tough threes.
Contested.
Definitely got things going in the right direction for the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
He came in, was able to get some great defensive stops individually.
He had a great second quarter all around, really, defensively and offensively.
And ended, he was contributing offensively and ended up being the high man for the Hurricanes at the end of two quarters, as Mency rattles in and out the first. Poole's happy about that as he puts the hand up. If you you win if you foul and commit a foul, and a guy goes 1 for 2 from the free-throw line. You're happy.
As long as you got fouls to spare. Benny checking in for the first time, I think,
Marvin,
tonight.
his first action.
Former Heartland Conference first-team All-Star and Rookie of the Year, Newcomer of the Year.
You're going to have to explain to the fans exactly where that is and what it is.
Heartland Conference, that is not D1, but it's in Texas. Oh my goodness, what a block by Reefer.
Reefer with the rejection off the glass.
Nice.
If I'm not mistaken, last time he was here, he had a similar one. Billy White got him in transition as well. Marvin, Binney, this is your Kodak moment. Click, click, as Theon Reefer devastates that block off the backboard.
He got up.
And that's definitely going to make the recap.
He got up for that.
Reefer in transition. It was same similar type play.
Yep.
And Billy White was able to get him in transition as well. Billy actually chased him down about 80 feet away from the basket.
Wow.
After a turnover. Poole. Oh, Poole can't get that shot to go. Try to get the up and under.
Just didn't have the space left.
Redpath, though. Binney now trying to correct things offensively. And a collision off the ball between Poole and Addison, and it looks like Mike Poole's definitely going to be called for that foul.
You can tell by the response, yeah.
Usually it's not the offensive player unless he's pushing him off.
That's right.
23.5 seconds left. Oh, and here's the foul.
I can't really see it.
Thought we'd get the replay for that rejection. I'm not sure, we might have missed it. But that rejection was something else.
Oh man, it was a nice thing to watch.
My goodness.
Like he got all the way up.
And he got all of it. Slapped it off the backboard, but the good thing was that his teammate came up with it. It's good to make the rejection, but it's even better when a teammate comes up with the loose ball.
That's right. Theon Reefer, SMU alum. No stranger to this court.
Not at all. So Zimmerman will hold for the last shot. Puts it up for three. Too strong. Ronaldo to Reefer. And that's the way things have been going for the Riptide.
Good court awareness by the Canes on that.
Just tough going right now for St. John. Trying to find some answers.
It looked like they'd given up or weren't paying attention to the clock, because after that initial shot, nobody moved, which let Ronaldo, I mean, he was able to kick that wide open.
84-58. This is the largest lead of the evening for the Hurricanes. A huge third quarter and a colossal mountain to climb for the Riptide heading into the fourth quarter.
Yep. It's all Halifax now. If you're looking at the numbers, it was relatively even for the first couple quarters. Halifax pulled away, but if you're looking at all these stats, I talked about three-pointers already, but look at the hustle stats. Halifax out-rebounding St. John 48-31. Assists-wise, Halifax 23-13. They're winning this one. The bench points 38-17. Second chance points 16-2. And points in the paint 42-28. So all those hustle grind stats, Halifax is winning, and as a result, they got a big lead.
Yeah, when you manufacture those hustle points and their regular production, you usually the outcome is a very large lead is what we have right now. Two other games going on around the National Basketball League of Canada in the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by New Scotland Clothing Company.
All right, well, the Moncton Magic are having their way at home against the Cape Breton Highlanders. They have a 120-84 lead. There's still just under 9 minutes left in that game. That's 120 points the Magic have dropped. Not a good one for the Cape Breton Highlanders right now. Also, the Niagara River Lions have a 41-37 lead over the Windsor Express in Windsor right now. A little under 5 minutes left to go in the first half of that one. And, of course, the game you're watching right now at the end of the third quarter, Halifax Hurricanes have a lead here in Halifax, 84-58 over the St. John Riptide.
And the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by New Scotland Clothing Company.
Halifax has 6 guys in double digits right now.
Oh, geez, it might get to 8.
It may,
but it's all said and done, because
could.
you would think with this sizable lead, we might see some of the reserves get some quality minutes here in the fourth quarter. But there's lots of time left, and you got to think the Riptide are not going to give up. No team lays down no matter what the lead is. As you just ran down the score at the Moncton Coliseum, a very sizable lead for the Magic, but they're probably thinking that lead's not safe. 9 minutes is an eternity in this league. And that Highlander team got a few guys that can get it done, putting up points in the bucket full. Duke Mondi and Bruce Massey, those guys can fill it up.
Duke Mondi, fun player to watch.
So the start of the fourth here, Hurricanes with control. Reefer, jumper,
nice shot.
Count it.
Get good minutes out of Reefer, the Hurricanes right now.
Yeah, it's good to see the reserves get some quality minutes, because it helps with their being a positive sense. It helps with their confidence.
Yeah, and it helps down the road. If players get injured, you want guys that have been been through a bit of grind.
Absolutely.
Good job by Addison.
Gets the left hand put back. Hurricanes start with Zimmerman. Start the fourth here, excuse me. Zimmerman, Brown, Dixon, Poole, and Reefer. Brown, hesitation. He gets it rejected by Addison. Riptide go with Binney, Isom, Redpath, Mency, and Warmly will check in for Binney. It looks like his left shoulder. He's holding on to his left shoulder. He looks like he's in some discomfort. Did you happen to find out what that Heartland Conference is all about? Is we talking college ball?
I'm going to Google it right now. We're talking college.
Zimmerman knocks down the jumper.
I just don't know if it's D2 or D3 or what.
Well, Google search always seems to work.
That's what I'm doing right now.
For the Planet. If that doesn't work, try Yahoo. 88-60 is the score.
You getting a stipend?
No, but I'm just trying to help out. D2, the Heartland Conference.
Affiliated, yeah, there we go. There you are.
There you go, the great Heartland Conference. For all those fans out there, the Heartland Conference is located. What teams?
Let's see.
Shot by Poole's no good.
Let's just take a little peek here. Headquartered in Waco, Texas, quite obviously. All right.
Okay. Redpath drains the three.
Dallas Baptist, Lubbock Christian, Newman University, Oklahoma Christian, Rogers State, St. Edward's University, St. Mary's of Texas.
St. Mary's University, too. Oh.
Yeah, there's another SMU, University of Arkansas.
Zimmerman's jumper's no good.
And Texas A&M. International. So
Mency
largely a Texas.
Gets a teardrop to go. So Texas Conference is where Marvin Binney got it done collegiately.
I tell you, I had the fortune of getting to an NCAA Division I game while I was in Virginia just a few weeks ago. Checked out Old Dominion against Mid-Tennessee State.
Mid-Tennessee State.
Both teams doing very well.
Right.
Both teams have a chance of getting to the tourney this year.
Couple good mid-majors.
Yeah. But
jumper for Isom's good for downtown.
You want to talk about atmosphere. It was fantastic. Obviously with those students, you get those venues where you get about 5,000 students and everyone screaming. It was fun basketball to watch.
Yeah, huge matchup on ESPN this afternoon between the number 17th ranked Oklahoma with Trey Young and a hometown favorite up against Iowa State and Lindell Wigginton. Wigginton, a freshman with the Cyclones, 26 points in the victory, 88-80. So huge win for Iowa State in their basketball program. They had 14,000 plus as Zimmerman knocks down the three ball. 95-68, 8:20 left in the fourth. So both teams trading shots from beyond the arc. And right now, the Riptide can't afford to trade any type of baskets.
No, they cannot.
Addison, tough jumper. He gets the goal. If there's one good positive coming out of this game is the offense for Brian Addison, as he's put up a plethora of shot selections in this game.
8 of 14 from the field. He's got 18 points. He only averages 5 on the season. So if you're a coach, you got to be happy with at least that. You got to pull the positives from wherever you can.
Absolutely. Mike Poole, though, that's a very positive story continuing here as he gets that shot to rattle home. Warmly, right hand rejected by Brown. Beat Reefer back the other way. Zimmerman, pull up, in and out. Isom, rebound. Warmly, looking to go right back in there.
Ooh.
Redpath, he'll put it up for three.
He can shoot. That's
no good. Struggles continuing from downtown.
And it's just looking at this point like St. John's getting tired.
Yeah, absolutely. Timeout call on the floor by head coach Nelson Taroba. As multiple substitutions waiting at the table to come in is Dondo and Morty. But Riptide not giving up though, Matt. I mean, they're pushing, they're trying their best.
Yep. They haven't quit. They're just tired. They got a short bench tonight.
Yeah, without the services of their best player, Gabe Freeman, makes it tough to go head-to-head with the best team in the Atlantic Division.
Yeah, and I'm seeing here on the feed that Gabe Freeman, apparently, now this is coming from the feed, of course, on YouTube, no longer with the Riptide. He's gone overseas, so I Googled it but couldn't confirm it. Have to, I guess, accept it as true.
Well, nevertheless, he's not in the building, so.
That's right, he's not on the court.
He's not on the court, he's not available, and that's not good. If he is overseas, that's not good for the league, and that's not good for St. John. As they are put in a position where it's going to be tough the rest of the way.
Yeah.
They need to make a move or two.
Yeah.
To try to find some offense, because tonight that's this lineup, and no disrespect to the Riptide and their organization, but they just need a little bit more offense. As you can see, it's pretty much indicative in what we got going on here. 99 to 70, 70 points, giving up 99. But not only was Gabe a great scorer, he was a great defender as well. Yeah, you don't win an MVP, you know, you're not a perennial all-star and an MVP candidate if you can't defend.
That's right.
It's good that you can score, but you also need to be able to defend when the team needs you.
Yep, and he was, and as you said it, it's unfortunate for St. John's and for the league, because he's a great ball player, man. If you like basketball,
all around.
Yeah, so, you know.
If you like basketball and you don't like Gabe Freeman's game, you're a fan of this league. Man,
so if it's,
I don't know what to tell you.
If he is overseas, all the best to him. Hope he does well.
Absolutely. Gabe Freeman, definitely a great guy. I would say a personal friend of mine for sure. Always had time to speak to the fans and have a very positive conversation.
Yep.
He's just an all-around good guy as Gabe Freeman. So, Gabe, if you are tuning in, man, good luck, and we miss you. Mency, backdoor.
Nice pass.
So good response out of that timeout as Mency was able to convert, going up and over that outstretched arm. Zimmerman.
One of the great things about the NBL, and we've seen it year in and year out, is that there'll be at least a couple guys on a couple teams every year that kind of join a team halfway through or kind of come out of nowhere and just light it up.
Right. Make no bones about it.
My.
Nice rejection at the rim. Make no bones about it. This is a development league for guys to go to another level.
That's right. Let's see if we're going to get a replay of the block by Denny McDonald. Get out.
Man, Denny got up with the opposite arm with the left hand, not his strong arm. And he tries it again with his right arm.
You got to give him credit for that one. Didn't get the block, but he contested it.
Reefer with the circus shot, can't get it to go. Last touch by the Hurricanes.
I expect we'll probably see just Denny finish out the rest of this game.
Yeah, this lineup here on the floor might end this one for the Hurricanes unless disaster strikes. Warmly for three. That shot is short.
Good hustle by Ronaldo.
Yes, Ronaldo tracking that one down. Poole trying to add to his offensive totals. Dixon for three. Too strong off the back of the iron. Ice him now. To Morty. Morty drives and he gets it.
Good take by Morty.
To go with the left hand as Ronaldo was looking for the rejection. 101-74, 5:35 remaining in regulation. Zimmerman off the screen, the Reefer. McDonald, jumper, good.
Nice shot.
Chase, you don't usually see Denny hit many jump shots or attempt them.
No.
But that was a good looking stroke on the baseline.
Yeah, showing he can score the basket too. Known mostly as their kind of a high motor guy, good defender up and down the court.
Extremely athletic is McDonald. And Miller knocks down the jumper. So no quit out of this Riptide lineup, but they're still down a boatload.
Yeah,
103-76 is the deficit. Reefer.
Nice pass.
McDonald can't handle it.
Couldn't hold on to it.
Morty now, hesitation, crossover, baseline, draws the double team.
Just didn't have
just
the
hold
numbers.
it up. Yep. Dondo trying to back down McDonald though. Right hand, it's short at the rim. Poole comes up with it, he's racing back the other way. Poole, left hand, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line and shoot two.
I don't even think Dondo knew he was coming right behind him.
No, absolutely not. Didn't look over the right shoulder, he looked over the left shoulder. And by that time, it was too late. Poole was already by him. And for good measure, or not if it's good if you're a Hurricanes fan. For a bad measure for Dondo, he picked up that personal.
Yeah.
That's his fourth, team's first.
Benny looks like he'll be checking back in. It's a good sign since he was favoring that shoulder.
Yeah, you don't like to see guys get injured and not able to finish games.
No, you do not.
Him and Brian Rouse looking to check in. Just over 4 minutes remaining.
Another
and that shot's rejected. A lot of rejections tonight by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a block party.
The defense is definitely broke out in this one. And that's awesome to see. That the Hurricanes are starting to put a great emphasis on the defensive side in their game.
Yeah.
Because it only translates over to offense.
Yeah.
We know they can score. They're averaging 110 points a game.
That's right.
Well, that's amongst the league leaders. They're 1 and 2 when it comes to points per game. The only team that scores more points in a game is the London Lightning.
That's right, and that's why you have to focus on defense, because you don't want to get in a shootout with London, because they can flat out score too, man. So you got to be, and we saw that on this court when Halifax played against London. They had a lot of success, and they put a lot of emphasis on the defense and really shut London down to well below what they're used to scoring.
You win regular season games with offense, but you win championships with defense. And that's at any level.
That's right.
at any level with any sport. You win championships defending.
Yep.
And Zimmerman will shoot two now.
Oh.
First one is rimmed out. 104, 76, 3:48 remaining. And he makes the second. He corrects that shooting stroke as Zimmerman. 89% on the season from the charity stripe. Binney now looking for a screen from Isom. Isom, he'll pull up for three.
It's good.
And that rattles home. Geez, they really needed a lot of that this evening, and it probably would have been a good thing if they would have ran that type of play through Isom throughout the game.
Yeah, he didn't get a whole lot of shots today. Well, he got 10 shots, 4 threes. But, again, he's the guy that can pull a trigger. You would have wanted to get in his hand maybe a little bit more. And as I'm looking here, it looks like former Halifax Hurricane Kenny Otieno is going to check in.
But his ability to extend the defense with this.
That's right.
Because he's 6'9" and he's long, so he can extend the defense out. And that opens up a little bit more opportunities driving to the basket.
That's right, and you want to make the team play the entire court. Oh, my. Oh, couldn't sneak it through.
Ronaldo couldn't. Turned it over and then picks up the personal. Didn't allow Mency to get into the open floor. As Kenny Otieno check in for the first time.
Former Halifax Hurricane, was a role player for the guys last year.
From the University of Alberta is Otieno. And he had some quality minutes last season as a member of the Hurricanes.
Yep, he did.
There's some times where Kenny was outstanding and they needed his, his spark off the bench, and it just elevated everybody else's game, and they won a couple ball games here at Scotiabank because of the great play of Otieno.
Yeah, he was one of the guys, he's not going to score a ton of points for you because he's coming off the bench, but the minutes you get out of him are always very effective. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yes, the energy, the defensive side, and his
he's
ability.
He's an efficient basketball player.
Yes, and the ability to knock down shots, and he hit some big-time shots, too.
Yep.
And we're not just saying that just to pump his tires. No, he really did.
Yeah, he was a good player last year.
I use my words wisely, and I'm not going to just pump anybody's tires. He did do a good job.
Yeah.
Getting the opportunity now with the Riptide. I thought I would probably see him a little earlier in this game. Kind of surprised it took, the latter part of the fourth for him to check in. But he has been injured, coming off an injury. In and out is that three from Mency. Last time they were here, Otino was a game time decision after the warm-up, and he didn't end up playing. Redpath for three. He had a good look and he drains it.
Good kick out from Kenny.
107-82. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Zimmerman kicks it out. McDonald back to Zimmerman. Good look, and he drains it. Taekwon can't give him quality looks because if he can catch it in rhythm, Taekwon will knock it down.
He's got that quick release.
Zimmerman amongst the league leaders in three-point attempts and makes and percentages.
He's right around 40 for the season, maybe a little bit over now.
That is outstanding from beyond the arc at any level.
Yes, sir.
Redpath, he tries his hand at 2 for 2 and he nails it. Opposite side of the court, so good to see Aaron knock down multiple threes. McMaster University product. 110-85 now. Turnover, Addison, numbers, 3-on-1. Binney, back to Addison for the lob.
Nice touch.
Through the contact and finishes. So Brian Addison having very good offensive game.
Yeah, big time.
For the Riptide.
And if you had told me at the beginning of this game, like, would see the give and go, get right back to him, and just a little bit of contact, enough for that free throw. So a nice finish by Addison. But as I was saying, if you had told me he was going to be the team's point leader by the end of the game,
you were lying.
I
would have been lying.
Yeah.
You would have looked at me and said, what?
But good for him. He's played well.
Yeah, he is. Yes, Brian Addison, a veteran of this league. It's good to see Brian getting his opportunity back here with the Riptide. He's been good. I mean, we're given the opportunity. There's a few games where, you know, he was highlighted in the recap.
Well, he's a solid player.
So he misses that free throw, unable to convert the three-point play. Just over a minute now remaining. 110-87. Hurricanes, man, I tell you, when they took the lead at 19-18, they never looked back.
No, they haven't. Great rebound by Reefer.
Reefer gets the putback.
He can just jump out of the gym, can Reefer.
Reefer showing his athleticism.
Couple of St. Mary's Huskies on the court right now, between him and Brian Rouse.
Mincy, he'll put it up for three, and he drains it. So Darren through the contact once again. It looked like Ronaldo was giving up a few of those hard fouls, but no call coming. Malcolm Miller hit one and looked like he was fouled. And then Mincy hit that shot, and he looked like he was fouled. Reefer reversal.
Man.
Wow, Reefer.
Sending a message with his minutes today, I tell you what.
That kind of looked like Michael Jordan back in 1985 as a rookie with the Bulls. Binney, kick out. Redpath, hesitation, contact. Rouse stepped in and he'll be called for the personal with 15.3 seconds left.
That was on the floor though, I believe.
Rouse's second, team's fourth, really doesn't matter at this point.
Is he gonna get shots out of that?
Looks like he might have been in the act of shooting. I don't think he was.
I don't think he was. He looks like he was trying to pass it.
Redpath is on the baseline. He's
go.
not even attempting, so you know, Redpath is saying, well, I wasn't attempting a shot. I was trying to actually distribute it. So an inbound on the baseline, but the officials look like they wanted to give him the free throws.
And the other players look like they were lining up for it.
Binney now, he'll inbound. Addison,
shot clock,
trying to finish this night off. Tough right hand, that's no good.
That'll be her.
Canes will hold out, and they will go on to win their 15th game of the season. So that'll do it. This one's in the books, 114-90. Hurricanes in victory, a very convincing victory since they took over the lead at 19-18.
Yeah, they owned it from that point on, and really, when you shoot as well as the Canes did to do, and you're putting up all that hustle stat numbers, you can't lose. You cannot lose. And they proved that they played a great game. Credit goes to St. John, however, like I said, they had that short bench, and they did a good job. They didn't quit. They got tired, but they kept coming.
So that'll do it, folks. The Hurricanes will head out on a 4-game road trip before heading back here on the 27th to take on the KW Titans. For Matt Elliott, I'm Vince Williams and the Silver Vision crew. We'll say so long from Halifax.